You know, this market kind of hurts. Not necessarily because I'm rolling in losses, right? Not necessarily because of that. Because when I look at it with a 10,000 foot view, I'm still up, I'm still positive, mainly because of like two or three different positions. Um, but for the most part, from what we saw in this fourth quarter, and especially when we factor in our expectations, this was definitely a failure, right? We didn't see the level of growth that we expected to see, that we wanted to see. And now that people were looking at the second half of 2025, they were looking at the second half of 2025 as something that was going to be bullish. And then as we got into the fourth quarter or close to the fourth quarter, many people said the fourth quarter is going to be insanely bullish. And it seems like everything that we are strong on and that we know should happen doesn't happen that way. It's like when you say, oh, this W formation should lead to massive growth here in this position, but then it doesn't. Why doesn't it do that? Because the market reacts a different way, right? Where they go, oh, well, it's going to break out, but then somebody else is applying a ton of sell pressure, and now it's not breaking out, and now it's breaking through the floor. And then people are looking at it and going, oh, why didn't I see that sign? It was a double bottom. And that double bottom is usually would create bullish territory, but if it breaks through that and it doesn't actually create that bottom, then it's just going to bust through the floor and then just continue to fall. And then they start to talk like they knew that these things were going to happen, even though they pushed for the positivity with it. Same thing happened with the fourth quarter. Many people believed that we were going to have a strong, strong fourth quarter because history told us that we would. Uptober, right? Upvember, Upsember, right? We thought we were going to see all of this and fourth quarter was going to be massive like 2023. But no, the fourth quarter wasn't great at all. And I believe the fourth quarter wasn't great for 2024 either. So now people are pushing for 2026 to be better than ever. But I want to hyper focus on this fourth quarter and talk about where things went wrong, where we stand, and even the unrealized losses that I have. Don't worry, I'm not accepting these losses at these levels because we know we haven't seen altcoin season yet and we're going to see that growth. It just really depends on when. And as long as you have patience, you're going to see it push and you're going to see your values in many different positions that you have be worth a lot more. It's all about patience. It really is. And a lot of times markets like to test your patience. And when they continue to test your patience, even though you know the market should have increased, that's when it does really suck because you start to get impatient. And when you get impatient, people sell. And when people sell, that's when it finally starts to increase once it hits that bottom. So, anyways, if you could, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. You can check out my link for BTCC in the description if you guys are interested in that. That link will be at the top of the description where you can get a 10% deposit bonus. You can get extra bonuses up to $10,055. You can trade up to 500x leverage and get 40% lower trading fees if you want to. As well as they have a giveaway going on for today and tomorrow. It was pretty much the entire month of December. If you want to enter that giveaway, click the link down below. You can get a free 500 USDT. You'll be entered for that giveaway as long as you sign up, deposit, and trade within the window of today or tomorrow. So definitely get your name in the hat. That's a free 500 USDT that you don't want to miss out on. But the crypto fourth quarter has been surprisingly weak, contrasting historical trends where it's often the strongest quarter, seeing significant drops due to macro factors like potential Fed rate changes, but institutions remain bullish long term, focusing on diversification via real world asset tokenization and stablecoins, with analysts predicting potential early 2026 recovery after market resets. So we've seen a lot of things, right? And we like to say, hey, it's because of this rate changes and all of that, right? But there was a boatload of positivity throughout this year and throughout the fourth quarter. The fact that you have multiple XRP ETFs that are launching, that are worth so much more, Ethereum ETFs that are out there that are seeing inflows, Bitcoin ETFs that are also seeing inflows, and many other conversations, many other conversations about crypto and about ETFs and about support and about adoption and about the future that lead to positivity. However, we're seeing negativity in the market. Doesn't fully line up, but maybe it does, because a lot of institutional volume that goes into the markets, they want to get in at lows. When you have funds that really control on when and where and how and why they invest into something, they can control a large portion of crypto. Unlike when we hold it as retail traders, we hold our individuals, but it's not a given that everybody's going to invest with us, right? So our $1,000 doesn't hold as much weight as their $1 billion, as their multiple $billion, as their outflows from these, Bitcoin ETFs, right? As their outflows from holding Bitcoin on exchanges. The more that they hold, the more that they control. It's kind of, they call it manipulation, but it's not a given that 100% that will be the case. And it does suck because we never know when things are going to be manipulated. We never know when we have the right time. But historically, we should have seen the fourth quarter be majorly bullish. But it seems like every time they're calling for something because of history, we're seeing the opposite because of this new existence that we created. Sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. This new existence that crypto has. Because we're involving institutions, we're involving funds, we're involving money managers, we're involving a large amount of money to flow in and flow out. So it does honestly suck to see something like that, because it's not a given that we're going to see that success. If we look at the market overall, we're sitting at a good spot. 3.98 trillion. However, at the high point before the fourth quarter, we were sitting at a $4 trillion market cap. The entire value of the overall market dropped by over $1 trillion. While 3 trillion isn't a little bit, it's definitely a significant drop from where we were at the high. Bitcoin was over $2 trillion. Ethereum was at $500 plus billion. XRP and BNB were at $200 billion a piece. You're at high levels and seeing altcoin season right before our eyes materialize. But then all of a sudden, things start to drop down. The markets don't look horrible because Bitcoin and Ethereum are still at good levels. XRP still at a $100 billion market cap. BNB also at those levels. But you start scrolling down and others are at more, not the lowest possible levels, but definitely low levels. You don't expect to see Dogecoin here while Bitcoin is at an $88 billion or $88,000 price point, or almost a $2 trillion market cap. You don't expect to see Litecoin at a $77 level. You don't expect to see Avalanche at a $12 level or a $5 billion market cap. It's like the drop off from Solana to then Tron is massive. It's like you're seeing, instead of you see altcoins and you see Bitcoin, you're seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Solana, and those are kind of the coins. And then you have altcoins. And altcoins haven't reacted the way that we expected them to. The fourth quarter for 2025 was horrible. And our expectation is to see a massive first quarter for 2026. But will that come true because we know what the cycle is like and we know that we should see an altcoin season? Or will there be manipulation to it? And now we're going to see the opposite happen. And we won't see that altcoin season because money is starting to flow in weird ways. It tends to get very, very tricky when institutions really do get into it. We want them to be involved with it just for the money flow purposes, but when they start flowing the money the wrong way just to get their ins and outs and make their money and see people, leave the market because they get impatient, that's what they wait for. Time equals money for them. Time for us equals losses. Because many people that invest into the crypto market or invest into markets in general are impatient about the gains that they can have. If you are patient enough, then it rewards the people that are patient, just like if you were investing into an ETF, the traditional way of investing. But anybody that's looking for those short-term moves, that's looking for the swing trades in a speculative market, now it becomes speculative, but in their favor. So it's so tough to actually understand where the market is going and if we will see altcoin season when we predict that altcoin season will happen. If they tell us, and they meaning, you can look at different articles and whatever, right? Whatever information, different references, and then they tell you, hey, altcoin season is going to happen early 2026. It's making me think like it's not going to happen early 2026. It's making me think that we're going to see it the end of 2026 or maybe even push into 2027, which is crazy because that completely takes us out of the cycle. I feel like not seeing any type of major movement altcoin season wise in 2025 really kind of removes us from our natural cycle. But 2026 definitely, if we don't see it, it's not going to be good, but it's not going to be the end of the world because I'm very patient. It will suck to see values decrease, but I'm insanely patient with what I'm holding, and I hope that you are too, because it's not a given that these things will happen with all of the money that's flowing through institutions, through funds, through money managers, and they're always looking to make them win and us lose. The markets are player versus player. The problem is you have one player that's playing with all the money in the world, and you have other players that are playing individually, and they're taking us out one at a time. So be careful when you're investing into the crypto market. Don't set a firm short-term timeline because it might not happen. But the crypto market, the fourth quarter wasn't great, and I hope we can have a better 2026. If you can hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.